Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about the Halo Photobooth, specifically the Halo Photobooth software from Photobooth. Now, a little bit of disclaimer before we proceed. Photobooth actually reached out to me to do this review, and they were kind enough to send me this unit, including the Halo app subscription. However, as usual, all my reviews are based on my own opinion as a photographer and with years of photo booth experience. Now, a little bit of a background for those who are new to my channel. I'm an event and wedding photographer and photo booth owner based here in Canada. My photo booths have been a very successful service both as an add-on and a standalone service to my existing photography packages. Now, this video isn't a tutorial, but I'm gonna give you an overview, what I think are the essentials, especially if this is your first time running an iPad-based photo booth, what I have known and experienced on a live event, and basically what I like about it. So what is it exactly? Well, as you may have already know, Halo is an app-based photo booth software. Although you can get the hardware and software bundle from Photobooth, what I'm going to show is primarily just the Halo app itself. Now, first of all, it is cloud-based, meaning that you can manage the software, like your events, using a browser or using the app itself, which is similar to most photo booth software or apps out there, like nowadays. Now, what I like about this is it's a standalone app, meaning you can just use the app by itself. You can basically turn your iPad into a business by just getting the app and then get your subscription, and you can have more options to rig or customize your photo booth depending on your liking. You can definitely use it as a roamer or walking photo booth, which I actually did recently as I don't have any photo booth shell to set this up. All right, I'm just gonna give you a quick walkthrough on what the app and the user interface looks like. So this is the dashboard. So they've got 3 tabs here at the bottom: the presets, galleries, and queue. Presets basically is like your template. So you can duplicate or edit your template. And then from presets, you can have galleries within them. So for example, this is the gallery that I've got recently. So from here, you can see there's tabs on top there. Otherwise, you can just simply scroll down. So you've got the gallery, so you can select which gallery you want to work on. And then from there, you can customize the start screen. If I'll be using this as a roaming photo booth, for example, I can configure to use the back camera, which is actually a better quality than the front facing camera. Okay, so yeah, you can configure the countdown, the delay. Okay, so from here we have photo design. You can change the layout if you want like something like strips, so they're here. You have options for the GIF as well. What I personally do or like to do, especially if I'm using this as a roaming booth, is just to configure one photo, so that way it'll be quick. Once a photo is taken, I can move over to the other guest, so I don't have to wait for like 3 poses. But again, it depends on your market and what you're planning to do. So you got options for filter right here. I usually shoot at normal, and then I just let the guests do whatever they want with that photo. But sometimes you might want, or your guest might want, traditional. I think that's black and white. So you can configure the crop modes here if you want a little bit square, as you can see, or a circle. So just a little bit unique look there. There you go. So logo, you can upload your logo. There's different types of overlays also that you can upload in here. Background image. Now let's scroll down to themes and let's look at the options that are available. So there's quite a few here, enough for you to get started if you want to use the built-in themes, the available themes on this app. As you see, this is the one that I had on the first part of the video. So there you go. Okay, so just to kind of give you an idea there, right? And then there's more customization for the user interface. So you got the colors, start screen. Now, background replacement. You can actually do this on the web dashboard, like the web version. Okay, so let's explore photo editing. So these are the tools that are available. So they've got filters, props, stickers. So these are the available filters that you may want to add on your event. So for example, if I want filters, let's say props and stickers, you see it's already selected. I hit save, and then later on I'll show you what it looks like. So yeah, it's showing here that we've selected those 3. Now, you know, there might be a pro and cons to this. Obviously the pro is, you know, it's fun for clients to select, you know, like silly, you know, digital props, right? So it's built into it. But cons would be, it might be time consuming for some, especially if there's like large audience, or there's, you know, if you're a roaming photo booth, you might need to spend a lot of time having, you know, the guests pick their own digital props. Now moving into props, this is now enabled because we've selected that on the photo editing tools. Now, as you can see here, there's tons of digital props in here. Now you can have it shuffle if you don't want it to be like specific. So all the options are on there. We also have the stickers in here. Send options. So this would be something that the guests are prompted, you know, after the photo is taken. So you've got your QR code, text, email. You can have a print and auto print. And from here, you can configure what the message will appear once the photos are shared by email or by text. And you got options here as well, save options. Camera roll if you want to save all the photos, but again, that's going to fill up your iPad pretty quick. And touchless, so basically allows the guests to use their hand gestures to interact with the unit. But obviously some settings will be limited, like text, so it's only going to be like QR code. Now Photobooth have detailed resources and how-tos on their channel, but I'm just kind of giving you a feel of what the dashboard would look like. Now, one thing I wish it has is the ability to add text, so you can basically make your own design here from the app without going into an editing software such as Canva. But if you use Canva to design your template, which I do recommend, you know, you also may want to take note of the resolution here, file resolution, so you can import and export into the Halo app, or if you prefer to use the browser. Now, anytime you're making changes here, you're going to see the word sync here because it's syncing it to the cloud in case you want to work on your browser at a later time or come back here. Now, once you're done making your customization, now we're going to go launch. Okay, so there's what they call a pre-flight check. So basically it's a checklist. Make sure your battery, your guided access is on, you know, how much disk you have. Are you connected to the Wi-Fi? So you have 2 options. You can test your settings by clicking that test or go live. So if we hit test, this is what the interface would look like. So you see it says test mode right there. Okay, now we're gonna try to go live. Now if you need to go back to the customization screen, all you gotta do is make a zoom gesture here on the tap to start screen. Let's do that. And then from here you get to see a status information and then the queue. And from here you can click this exit to settings, and that's going to go back to the customization screen or the dashboard. Okay, let's give it a try. Okay, so from here you got 4 options. Rebound is basically your boomerang. There's a live GIF. Okay, and we're just going to take a photo here. Okay, so you'll notice the countdown is right here. That's because the camera is here on the side. Okay, so earlier we have selected the filters under the photo editing tool, so now the guests would have the options to change the filters here, but obviously there's nothing, you might not see the changes on the screen because it's just pointing towards the ceiling. Okay, we'll just hit continue, and this is what the next screen would look like. On to the next screen, and what I like about this is there is this prompt here saying if they like to include their photo in the gallery. Okay, so if they click this button here, the gallery visitors will be able to see the photo. Okay, now if they choose to opt out, then it keeps that photo privately, okay? But you as the owner, you still be able to see that on your dashboard, okay? Let's just click on opt out for now, okay? And that's what it's gonna look like, okay? Now the guest also has the option to retake their photo. Let's click on that, and they get a prompt here if they wanted to cancel or retake. Okay, so now we're on the sharing screen. Now we've only added the text and the email function, so there's no print, otherwise it's gonna show at the bottom. Preview just basically shows what the photo would look like. Right, so that's if you want to text it and if you want to email it. I'm not gonna share it right now, so I'm just gonna hit done. There we go. And then we'll just click on reset now. So overall, it's very easy to use. I didn't find it too overwhelming for both owners and guests, especially when I started using it. Notably, there are descriptions of modes for those guests that don't know what's a GIF, what's a rebound. So those little description might help, especially first-time users. Okay, so I'm just gonna show a few more things. So currently we're on a portrait mode, but if we switch it over to landscape mode, the tap to start screen has changed. You can configure this on the dashboard as the ones that you saw earlier. So this is good if you are using your booth as a roaming photo booth and you want to use it for landscape or portrait mode. Okay, so let's give this a try. Okay, so as you can see, I can apply the filters again. All right, and earlier we don't have the props because it was just pointing up to the ceiling. So, and one thing you'll notice here is whenever you click onto the icons in here, it knows where to put the glasses or the mustache, right? Or maybe the hat. So that's what it's gonna look like. This time we'll just include that on the gallery. So that's the prompt there. And this is what it's gonna look like. Now, of all of these, keep in mind that the iPad uses the front-facing camera, okay? And the quality of your photo would be limited by the iPad version you're using. Now, in my test here, I have an iPad Air 11-inch, and it's an M2, which in my opinion is pretty acceptable, as this is meant for just social media posting and I don't have any intention to print. Although you can also print directly from the Halo app via AirPrint, as you saw earlier. Now in this case, you may want to consider bringing a portable or handheld LED light, unless you have the Halo bundle, which has the ring light on it. So any lights definitely would help. Now we're gonna talk about the packages and pricing. So right now I'm on the Photobooth site. We're gonna go through the Halo because that's what I'm reviewing. Let's look at the pricing available. Now on their website, they do list two categories, which is the everyday plans and then business plans. And on top of that, they have options for weekly, monthly, and yearly. So obviously, the longer the term, the more savings you get, up to 45% on yearly. So right now, if we look at the weekly, you can get as low as $9 per week. So this is very good, especially for those who are starting out, or maybe for someone that just wanted to try it out, how the booth, the interface works, right? And then you go monthly and yearly. So these are the plans available. Business plans, they don't have weekly, rather they've got monthly and yearly packages. So me, I'm actually on the Plus plan. So the one or the options that you see there might not be available if you get the everyday plans. Okay, if we scroll down here, there is a comparison chart that gives you an overview of what you're getting from one plan versus the other. If you look here, the light plan, you don't have the video capture, but if you're really starting out, you may not really need the video capture capability. So again, this would be enough for you to get started, and then you can always upgrade as you needed to. So yeah, there's different packages available which would also benefit those who are really starting out in this photo booth business. You will just have to choose what's best for your situation, what what does your market look like? How do you plan to use it to sell or market your photo booth? And there you have it, guys. I hope you find this video helpful. What I'm planning to do is a long-term review after I've used this for multiple events. So, make sure you stay tuned, you subscribe to my channel. Feel free to put a comment or even questions, and I'll respond to you as soon as I can. Okay, thanks guys. I'll see you in the next video.